Go on.
I'm going to put a timer on for 60 minutes. And it's going to
Okay.
screen. There we go.
There you go. See the timer.
Now I'm going to press record and do the start. Right. Try and be quiet while this bit's on so I don't have to edit you out.
It was turning the frogs gay. The water was turning the frogs gay.
One comedian, one comedy promoter. They met over a decade ago, back when they were both comics. And so one of them did a full set about the perils of living in Lowestoft. And the other one, having been born there, started to chew his ear off. He's been chewing it off ever since. Now, share it on a podcast loosely about nostalgia, comedy, and other stuff. In any case, it doesn't matter, as these are merely the hooks that we hang our gobshidery on. This is Who Remembers Spangles? With Scott and Pablo. Or Paul, if you like. Hello, Scott.
Good evening, Paul. How are we?
Evening. You had a big swear off air, didn't you? Because we're turning over a new leaf. We're going to make it a less sweary pod, so we can introduce it to our more sensitive listeners, or get sensitive listeners as well as the ones that aren't quite so fussy.
Yeah.
Because
I think I can do it. I think I can I've worked on commercial radio, so I should be able to not say, as much swearing. I mean, we can throw a few bits in, can't we? The odd couple of.
Don't chuck any C bombs in, and then F bombs towards the end. By then, you've worn them out. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So we have a little quota. We know we've got a timer on now to sort of police our length of the podcast. What we should do is we'll do like a swear counter next to it. So you can have like 5 C's, a couple of F's, 2 B's and a G, one from the top and the 5, please, can't you? Do you know what I mean? So we can sort of like a little bean counter. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Sort of swearing.
We nearly swore then. I've ever nearly said countdown, but pronounced the count a different way.
Exactly.
If I was allowed.
Yeah. No. We're gonna be. It's a new part of the year, new us, isn't it? That's what it is, Paul.
Absolutely. So where else would you go and not swear apart from being on TalkSport, which by the way is now in Spangles Bingo? But go on.
Well, we've talked about this before. You would have said like there were nano rules, weren't they? But the fact of the matter is, you had an Irish grandmother who was basically probably more sweary than Better Manning, a drunk Better Manning, and then I had a Scottish mother. Again, maybe it's a Celtic theme going on with this, but they would have also sworn quite liberally as well. So, I mean, we couldn't even use that as an excuse. Although I never swore in front of my mum, really, not until I was in my 20s. And not because I didn't hear those words myself, but I thought it was like a bit of a disrespectful thing, and I was also quite scared of her. So, I never really swore in front of my mum. So,
were you ever religious, man?
No, my mum was quite the opposite. Did you see the video that went viral this week, actually, about they were doing a Catholic service? And the priest was saying to all the congregation, saying, "Oh, Jesus, he's a savior, blah blah blah. He loves everybody." And one of the kids who was up there next to the priest at the top there said, "Apart from the Rangers fans, right?" And then the priest goes, "Sorry, what did you say?" He said, "The Rangers fans." He went, "No." He laughed, but no. The child just said Rangers fan. No, Jesus loves them too. And he's like going, "Really?" He went, "Well, okay, right. Jesus doesn't love the Rangers fans at all." And I just thought it was really funny. And you could even the sectarian side of it. Both, I would imagine, both Catholic and Protestant would have found that funny. Do you know what I mean? But your Jesus doesn't love us, but ours does, even though it's the same person. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, tell you, throughout that anecdote, I was waiting for you to drop an F bomb or
No.
I
think I did quite well.
I think you did well. Was the one in the actual video?
No, there was no swearing in it at all. Just the Rangers fans. So just like imagine, they just basically it's a Catholic service, and then when the kids turns around, they're 7-year-olds, from the mouths of children, says Jesus, by his understanding of it, Jesus can't love Rangers fans for the very reason that they're Rangers fans, they're Protestants.
Right.
You know what I mean? And heathens. So, but so no, we weren't. My mum was. Our family were like. My mum was almost sort of not anti-religion, but she was more like, because she grew up in Glasgow, because she grew up in a sectarian place, she sort of thought, I don't really want to impose all that sort of like what she thought was a load of old bollocks.
Oh, 6 minutes in. It's only a light one. I think that's all right.
Exactly.
It was on an album, wasn't it? In the
it was. I was thinking about
and their
Sex
argument,
Pistols.
because they tried to get it banned, and they said it was a ye olde English word for.
Well, it's in Chaucer, isn't it? I think it's mentioned in Chaucer. So people for Chaucer.
The whole Chaucer bit. Otherwise, we might as well just forget it. Yeah. So I tell you what. Let's go straight in with more of the Spangles bingo.
Let's do it.
The listeners are going to want to know what's the current state of your van. Now you've got 60 seconds, no swearing. Let's have it. Come on.
Right, so it's gone in. No swearing, you say? No, windscreen's replaced. Got a brand new windscreen from Scouse guy who lives in Cornwall. He came up from there to fix it. That's all fixed. It's going in to get the handbrake fixed on Thursday, and it should be back with me on Saturday. That's the condensed version of it. So it's actually all right. It was running. Then there was a problem with the handbrakes. I've had to take it back in. So I've got a rental van this week as of tomorrow. And yeah, that's what it is. So
you will swear if you talk about your rental arrangements. Let me tell you, my aircon's gone. And not only has my aircon gone in my car, the bloke came around to fix it, took all the aircon out, the gas out, didn't put it back in, gave me a bit of a tall tale, and took it to my local garage, and they said he's nicked all the gas. And I messaged him, and he said, well, I didn't nick it. Well, sorry, mate, I'm going to believe the garage that I've been going to for 10 years. I think
he nicked the aircon. How much are they worth?
Well, it was about, I think it's going to cost me an extra 160 quid to put it back in, to regas it. That's on top of the 800 quid it's going to cost me to bloody fix the compressor. So, if we're playing car top trumps,
you've won.
Yeah.
So what's this guy? Is this guy turned around and said, I'll give it back to you, or what?
No, but no, he hasn't. And
who does he work for? Is it a reputable company or not? Is it like a?
Well, it's his own company. He bought it off the guy he used to work for, and he's inherited all the reviews. He seemed all right. He seemed nice enough. So either it was an honest mistake and he doesn't realise he's done it, or he's a robbing.
So and so.
Yeah, a bounder. Absolutely.
A cad, if you will.
An absolute cad.
That's what we'll have to do now. The whole podcast, this one, we had one swearing it. We'll have to try and sort of like replace those words with like old, sort of like Terry Thomas style sort of swearing.
Yeah.
Like an alien comedy.
Yeah, let's do that. Or a bit of Thomas the Tank Engine. Cinders and ashes, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Can I jump into a bell and door to start?
Yeah.
No, before I do a bell and door, announcements. WCB Comedy's becoming Comedy Boys. That's going to take a little while. I thought branding was going to be a little bit clearer. WCB Comedy worked well, and when it was in the back room of the Arlton, which was it's now the Carlton. But when the C fell off during the tenure of WCB Comedy, we called it the Arlton. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, my mum came to that gig. That was the one where I've got a joke that happened to me there that day that I've been dining out on ever since. So,
is it sweary?
No, it's the one where I talk about how old men go to the toilet. I don't know if you've seen it, where I put my hand, basically, those men in the toilet to make sort of funny noises when they go at the urinal, going, hey, it's almost like they're sort of singing like in a lounge style. But actually at the toilet urinals. But they have their hands up high. It doesn't matter. You have to come and watch it.
Yeah. I think it's quite satisfying to do, isn't it?
Yeah, but that happens. That's what happened to me in that pub in the Carlton. But I know the Carlton in Pakefield anyway because of it used to be the proximity to the Seagull Theatre, which I used to frequent on a regular basis as a student there. So,
tell me, with the hot weather, are you?
It's been hot, is it? No one's mentioned.
Yeah. That's going to be a theme of the pod. Actually, we're going to do top 5 hot things. But with the hot weather, have you been perpetrating, if that's the right verb, the no-handed bollock? Oh, sorry, ball bag. Can I say testicle peel off? When you stand there, pretend to do a stretch.
Oh, so I talked about this yesterday because I had an incident where I went to a park, and I was staying with somebody, a friend of mine, and I forgot to take shorts. So I was in black jeans. So that was a bad move. It was like 30, 31 yesterday. So I was walking around like a half a goth. I had a vest top on and black jeans.
Oh, no.
So it was a bit like kind of thinking kind of sort of Russell Brand 2004, but with that less pesty. Do you know what I mean? So,
oh dear.
But yeah, so I was really there was a lot of like sort of like lunges to get rid of to get the bits sticking from each other. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, the lunges, the no-handed testicle peel off. I've been doing a lot of them. It's quite satisfying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not so much. Yeah, it's relief. It's a bit like my Sunday actually. I went to watch association soccer at the White Hart Lane in North London, and my football team.
I very nearly made the theme of this pod top 5 great escapes.
Yeah, it was, and it was the worst thing was though. I had to cycle through an area of North London. For those who don't know, it's a place called to go through Islington and obviously West where Arsenal are based. And you'll know this from your currying days, potentially Stoke Newington, Stokey and stuff, Paul. And
I once had a credit card nicked off me. And
that's nice. In Stokey?
Spree in Stoke Newington.
Okay, yeah.
Nice. That's the only reason I remember that. And I went there once when I actually went to White Hart Lane.
Yeah. Well, I had to cycle through. I was thinking Arsenal were playing in Crystal Palace in South London, so had no business to be any Arsenal fans really knocking around the Islington and that area, but they were all getting there gathering for a celebration. So I was cycling with my I got a retro 1978 Spurs shirt, so I was wearing that as I was cycling through. And as I was cycling through my fixed wheel single speed North London hipster kind of paraphernalia, I'm cycling through in my black jeans, with my bit sticking to my inside of my leg, as you aforementioned. When I did that, suddenly from nowhere, because all the Arsenal fans were out celebrating their triumph in the league, there was probably about maybe, I would say, 1,000 to 1,500 of them, and I had to cycle through all of them. And I got, and now I'm not allowed to swear. I was not getting called a bounder, a cad, a scallywag, I was getting called very, very sort of more colourful words that involve quite a few of the Anglo-Saxon terms that we all know and love. But yeah, so I had a lot of that.
Happened to me once. I was cycling through Piccadilly Circus with a United top on, and lo and behold, a couple of 100 City fans waiting to cross the road. Yeah, they were calling me a bounder.
Exactly. You, sir, a rapscallion. That's what you are today. You're absolute, savage. No, I got that. So I had to cycle through and then got up to the ground. And we watched the game and Spurs won 1-0. And it was a real weird atmosphere because it was celebrating not getting relegated. It was strange. It was quite exciting, quite sort of invigorating stuff. But it was more like going to the dentist and knowing that you're going to have your teeth pulled out. But just trying to get it over and done with as least painfully as possible. So yeah. But it was hot. It was a hot weekend. It's been hot the last 2 days. But I'm back in shorts today, though. So
yeah, you got to do it, haven't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you don't want anything fungal happening for sure. When you do a lot of driving, you probably have athlete's bottom.
No, I'm all right. I've got no jungle rot. I'm quite good with that. Like which the Japanese flag, as it were. I'm pretty lucky in that respect. That's not happened to me just yet. So, but no, I'm athlete's foot is the only one I've really ever had.
My wife's taken up jewellery making, and she's learned a new term. Apparently, when jewellery's being cleaned, it's been worn for years and years. Underneath the gemstones, the skin and other organic matter grows, right?
Yeah.
And you clear it out as a part of the service. And if you've got second-hand jewelry, you have to get it out. And I kid you not, they call it ring cheese.
Ring cheese. Oh, see, we're not swearing, but we're kind of swearing adjacent, aren't we? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We're gravitating towards it, aren't we?
We're circling that plug, aren't we? We're kind of going around the plug to get into the. So it's called ring cheese.
It is, yeah.
Oh my goodness! But no, you get because it's like another bit I do is where you don't mind. Yeah, it's like when you take your, like I have to because I've got a tattoo, I've got a sort of sleeve tattoo and stuff. I have to kind of, I sun cream pretty much all year round anyway, more or less. I just do because of the tattoo and stuff. But even in the winter when it's cold and stuff, I can still feel it's scarred skin. Any sort of sunlight, even if it's like really like if it's like a winter's day, I can still feel it on my tattoo. So I pretty much have sun cream most of the year, and I also have like a cocoa butter as well every morning, and then just put over. But that thing with your watch, it's like I've got one of those sports watches that you leave on most of the time, don't you? Because it monitors your sleep and whatever. Yeah. But if you leave it on for 3 or 4 days, then take it off. It does have a bit of a funk to it. Do you know what I mean? So it's,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we are just discussing, and I've always said that your underwear is basically the barrier that keeps goo away from your nice clothes. That's all it's there for, isn't it? Really. There's nothing sexy about underwear at all. Even Victoria's Secrets, basically the lingerie is there to keep the goo away from your nice clothes, isn't it? Really, when you think about it.
I have been told, and I've not seen it, but some larger ladies underneath their bosoms can gather a paste of sorts.
Mammary gland paste.
That's it. Yeah.
GP, if you will. Do you know what I mean? So that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
How's your MGP? Yeah, it's not too bad actually. No?
We're losing our new sensitive listeners, aren't we?
See, we tried. We really bloody tried. Do you know what I mean? We were doing our best. Let me just sort of talk about clammy boobs, and then we kind of lost the way, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? We are doing like level best here to try and be as inclusive as possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the challenge. It is a challenge. Let me do a bell end door.
Yeah.
Right? So here's the music. Oh, hang on a minute.
Because that's the feature. That's technically not swearing, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's like the bell end door.
Yeah, I know. Oh, okay.
Who's been a bellend? Won't you tell us more? Who'd win our trophy, the Bellend d'Or? An absolute knob cheese, an absolute knob cheese. Tell us, will you please, please, please?
Right. Now, this happens regularly, right? You put a paid advert on, and I've mentioned this before. Well, I had a pop at somebody this week. You put a paid advert on for a gig, and I did this, and I've got a gig coming up at Britannia Pier. No other than Joel Pasquale is headlining. Jack Hester, Ada McQueen, and Dan Antopolsky. So
great.
It's a decent club lineup, right?
Aiden's, she's lovely. Dan's brilliant as well.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm taking a complete flyer on Jack. He sent me a video, and I thought it was brilliant. I thought, I'm booking him. I don't care. So if he turns up in his bobbins, if he turns up in his bobbins, then well, he won't. He'll
should be fine. No, I don't know Jack. So
I don't know him, but I really like this video. I thought, you know what? I'd rarely book on the strength of a video, but I'm going to this time. Anyway, I posted this advert, and Mike Webster. I'm surprised he put his face on his profile picture. Normally you don't.
Does he look like a thumb?
He looks like a thumb with a pair.
Glasses. Where's he from?
Yarmouth. And if you go on his profile and scroll down, you get a picture of Keir Starmer with the words "paedophile lover" on his head.
I was going to say, did he? I imagine he was in London last weekend. That's all I'm saying. I mean, yeah.
All the likelihood.
He was taking his country back, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't suppose he's done very much for his country. He might have done. I just don't know. Yeah, it's
But
what
Rupert Lowe is definitely someone he admires. Basically, the local
Ah.
councillor.
I cannot stand him. Honestly, yeah. Rupert Lowe is there because of the likes of him. But that's the thing. And if you don't know, listeners, Rupert Lowe he's not even reform. He's like
He's a reform ninth Dan. He's moved up to. He thinks that Farage is a little bit too left wing for him.
Yeah, it was out the other day, and I blocked Rupert. What's his face? What's he called?
Rupert Lowe.
Yeah, I blocked him. It was a hot day, so he started to have a hissy fit about women in burqas and how it wasn't a thing. And he knew what he was doing. He knew that he was doing that just to get an argument going on Facebook. I wrote something on it, and then I deleted it. I thought, no, don't get into an argument.
No. Leave it alone. Leave it well alone.
Yeah, exactly. So I deleted him, and I thought, I just don't want to see that on my feed. But anyway, Mike Webster pops up, and he comes out on my paid advert. He said, update the Britannia Pay and get the same bleep axe. Really? Nearly fell for that there, didn't I? Nearly said it was the S word. Yeah, SH1C. So update the Britannia Pay and get the same. Anyway, rubbish axe, really. So I should have just deleted it. But Shay at the Britannia Pay, you can listen to a few episodes.
Yeah, I listened to it. Yeah.
He sent me a screenshot of it last week, and he said this fella's always jumping on the Piers stuff, and he's never got anything nice to say. And he's just one of those.
Is that referring to Joe Pasquale? Is that what he's moaning about?
I think he's moaning that Joe Pasquale's been there before, you know. And we anyway. I wrote a response from WCB Comedy, and I might well tell him he's featured on a podcast as well later. So I'll read out the response briefly. For entertainment value, if nothing else, might fall flat on its face, but I was feeling a bit bitter when I wrote it. So I said, "Hi, Mike. Meant to give you the attention you've been craving a bit sooner. You're publicly slagging off an event that hasn't happened yet. An event that is costing me and a bunch of other folk a considerable amount of time, effort, and risk with no guarantee of return. Your comments serve only to undermine the efforts of people who are trying to bring good entertainment and vibrancy to the town. Also, the difference with this gig is that we're taking a chance on a mixed bill comedy lineup. It's a lineup that includes brilliant club circuit acts. You wouldn't know that, though. You're clueless as well as mean-spirited. What have you ever done? What have you ever brought to the table? Looking at the negativity on your profile, I'm guessing absolutely zero. I've also heard that you're a serial troll with nothing nice to say about anyone. You maybe need to have a little word with yourself. Finally, regarding your comments about the pay needing updating, I'd have thought it was obvious to anyone that they're investing heavily and have made vast improvements. They're even getting awards for it. You're classless and clueless. Full measure. Enjoy the sunshine, or is that not good enough for you either? Well, there you go. Look, I'm probably had a little word with myself afterwards. I thought I shouldn't be sinking down to his level.
No, I think the highlighting. I mean, the insults probably would have been. I think what you would have benefited from was just writing it and then just writing afterwards. Thanks for your input. Right, no, you're right. Well within your rights to do that, mate. He's put his head above the parapet in that way, and sort of like being negative. But he now knows you've given him the attention of looking at his page and stuff. He'll get a hard on that. I mean, hard on.
No, it's not. No, if you separate the two words, yeah. He would get a hard one. No, he might not get a hard one on. I just think he's one of these people that haven't got the neural pathways to realise that when he writes something like that, other people are going to read it. He just thinks he's shouting at the telly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if you say, what could he have said to me? You want to come down? If you want to come down, I'll give you half price tickets. Just see what we'd say to that. I wouldn't even come to your comedic nonsense. It's not even funny. You've got a Doris on there as well. Do you know what I mean? They're not funny. Something like that. Yeah. Just to sort of like test his metal.
I think it's because Shay told me he's always on there, bloody saying that. I thought, you know what? I'm gonna show you my teeth. Anyway, I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it, of course. When did you post it?
Yesterday. So I don't know, he might be one of these old guys. uh, who goes on every week or something, doesn't really understand what he's doing. Like, do you know that the old guy?
Paul, those in glass houses, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's
I left the bloody door open and I got a
Have you-
dog walking around, and she was going to help herself to a drink out of the loo, which
Hello,
had
Dolly.
yes.
Is there any Can I see Dolly? Is she too heavy to pick up?
She's not, but I'll leave her there for the time being because she is hot, and so am I. Oh,
Okay.
we're recording this, aren't we, for the Patreons? All right,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Hold on.
Everyone wants to see Dolly. I've never met Dolly before. Hello. Hello, Dolly. You look like an absolute dickhead. Oh, sorry, I swore there. Sorry.
Oh, Dolly.
How old is Dolly?
Dolly's 8.
No, she can't hear me, can she?
Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, Dolly, listen.
Dolly, what's that? Sausages. Sausages, Dolly. Squirrels. Cats. Cats. Watch out for the cats, Dolly. What
She would react to sausages.
We,
Yeah,
we all would.
she
We all do.
understands the word sausage. Anyway, look, we're getting distracted.
Sorry.
Should we do a top 5 of stuff that used to happen?
Yeah, we've only got 34 minutes to get cracking.
All right, here we go then.
Here's the top 5 of some old stuff. Did good old stuff. We start at 5, but end on 1. Wait for number 1, you groove it back still. You groove it.
All right. Top 5 things that used to happen in a heat wave.
Mm.
Because we are in a heat wave. We're recording on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. It's the 26th, 7th? 6th, 7th?
26th of May. And we've been
Okay.
late, haven't we? We should apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go. So I'll go from number 5 down to number 1. And you can chip in with your own hand grenades as you feel fit.
Mhm.
At 5, the British summer salad. The one that we had in the 70s, which was mainly hard-boiled eggs,
Mm-hmm.
rolled up bits of ham,
Mm-hmm.
cucumber coins.
What would you call them?
Coins. I don't think we called them coins then, but just slices, weren't they?
Yeah, just
I
like
think-
cucumber.
Adapted the carrot parlance because that's coins or batons, isn't it?
Is that right?
Yeah. So if you're doing carrots with a not that you wouldn't have them in a 70 salad. I'm sidetracking slightly,
Yeah.
but if you cut them,
I've
Insert-
never called them carrot coins. Never. Is that a Manchester thing or something?
I don't know what it is.
I've never heard that expression.
Well, there would have been
Sliced carrots.
There would have been slices, but as soon as you introduce batons to the lexicon by chopping them up long, you've got to counter that. You can't counter it with slices. That doesn't make any sense because a baton is a type of slice. So if you say a coin, everyone knows what you mean.
Really? No, we never heard that. I never had it. Never heard that expression. Coin carrots. Never. I do. You wouldn't buy them in St Michael's. Marks and Sparks would have done them, would they? It wouldn't have said coin carrots. It would be sliced carrots, wouldn't it?
No, but a sliced carrot could also be a baton. But you want to specify the type of slice.
Okay. All right. No. I look. I bow to your superior knowledge. I think it might be a regional thing. I think it might be you and.
A regional thing. I think I might have just made it up.
Oh, you might have made it up then. That's fine. But yeah. So So you'd have iceberg lettuce, obviously, crispy
Six nuts
iceberg.
lager loft.
Yeah, which the iceberg lettuce would go off. It would be crispy and beautiful for about 15 to 20 seconds before it went out. As soon as any sunlight hit it, it was like horrible, mushy rubbish.
What's that real horrible salad cream? Loads of it. You couldn't stand the stuff. It's before anyone had mayonnaise. You used to have Heinz.
I used to like salad cream and Heinz salad cream.
Yeah.
I used to love that.
In a bottle, and it would come out in a big lump.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, lovely.
You like that, did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anything with vinegar and sugar in it, yum. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously, that was great. And then mayonnaise come along, American, wasn't it really? Like Hellman's.
Yeah. And there was no such thing as balsamic.
Oh God, no! I mean that's 90s. That's Tony Blair. He brought that over, didn't he? That was him.
Or those little what are those little bready things you get in Caesar salad?
Croutons.
Croutons. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's New Labour. That is. As soon as New Labour As soon as New Labour turned up, when it wasn't just New Labour, it was more John Smith '95. You could just tell there was a kind of revolution in the salad game, wasn't there? Do you know what I mean? He turned up and he was going, right, we want some sort of more kind of like socialist fiscal kind of like way of looking at things. We want to be a bit more aspirational. I mean, the Greeks have got hummus. I think we should up our game. Not just have the salad with the egg in it. I think we also should bring into a bit of balsamic, a little bit of mondina, a little bit of olive oil.
Rocket.
Yeah, that's it. When the rocket came in, when Tesco's went, right, we'll get the rocket in there.
I remember making myself a corned beef sandwich for work and chucking rocket in with it. I thought, just socially confused there, aren't I?
Yeah, where the class. That's the only way I can describe that is where the classes kind of like sort of collide, isn't it? You've got the corned beef of the north, and then you've got the rocket of West London.
Yeah, I moved down to the south, didn't I, to turn into a Ponce in 1990.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in the north now will attest that I'm a southern Ponce. Everyone in the south call me our kid because they think it's funny.
Yeah, they do, bless them. But yeah, so you were kind of having that thing where you've got like you're kind of a little bit, let's be all honest, about a fur coat and no knickers, aren't you? Really, let's be honest. In the sense that, well, you kind of present as being slightly posh or present as slightly trying to aspirational.
I don't think that.
No. I think if you have rocket in a corned beef sandwich, the rocket is the fur coat and the corned beef is your no knickers, isn't it? I mean, that's what I would suggest. That's what I'm thinking.
Fans wearing a country attire on here.
What's that?
West Ham fans wearing country attire.
Yeah, that's a bit Essex Barber, isn't it? So a bit like Essex boys because they all might live in Braintree or somewhere little village near there, Ongar or somewhere.
In the Yarmouth, honestly, I think they're all doing it. If they've seen it and go, I'm having a bit of that, and they're all wandering around like Chris bloody Eubank. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. Like
you get a bit of that of football. But not really. Barbara, there's always been a little bit of that. But football has that kind of ever since the 70s. They're like dressing up, isn't it? The casuals and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
you always get that type of thing, don't you? So
people dressing like bloody Jeremy Clarkson when really they spend half the time drinking Stella from a flat roof pub. You know, I just find it a bit odd.
Yeah. It's a bit like when you go to races. You'll go over to you see the Cheltenham and stuff or anything like that. You'll just see all these guys were born in, I don't know, Birmingham or somewhere, and they just dress like country gentlemen from the Cotswolds. You've got that weird thing in Birmingham, haven't you? Where you've got, because of where it is, like Aston Villa fans, you'll get these. That's a good example. You'll get in the city, Birmingham, and then you'll get these fans who are from. Prince William is a Villa fan, isn't he?
Yeah, I saw him having a laugh.
With
up and down, wasn't he?
Oh, was he?
Aston Villa. He was.
Because you've got the Cotswolds on that doorstep in Birmingham, haven't you? You've basically got these kind of posh, like who are Henrys, who are pretending to be like, oh, I love the soccer. I mean, I love everything about Aston Villa. Big fan. I love the fact that Gary Parker, great player he is. Is he still playing? That kind of conversation. Do you know what I mean? Or they go, yes.
Who was that guy who used to play the violin?
Nigel Kennedy.
Yeah, he was always.
He's a Villa fan, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's from London, though, isn't he? I think or maybe not. I don't know.
Did you live near him?
No, I haven't lived near him.
Oh, okay.
I haven't lived near him. He lives in Poland now, I think, somewhere.
No idea.
I don't know why I know that, but I do know he's.
When you think of celebrities, do you think, where do they live? Is that your first thought? I must know where they live.
No, but we could play a game where you can guess if you name a celebrity, I have to guess where you think they live. I know where one of them. We could come
up afterwards then, right? I'll give you a 3-shot, right?
Yeah, go on.
3 shots on goal, and then we'll check, and if we remember, we'll come back, or the listeners can check it on their phones, right?
Okay, do that.
All right, where do they live?
Name a celebrity, quick.
God, fuck me. It's hard, isn't it, when you put on the spot? All right, I'm going to say Noel Gallagher.
Oh, I know where he lives. He lives in Maida.
Go on.
He lives in Maida Vale.
Right, that'll do.
Look it up, people. Right?
I know where he lives. He lives in Meadowvale. He does that.
Oh, okay.
His main house is there. I once saw him in Meadowvale with a bag of Greg's.
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. Go on, hurry up. I've got a photo of it. I've got photographic evidence. Go
Okay. Duncan Goodhue.
on. Oh, now you're talking. Duncan Goodhue. I reckon he lives because he's got a bit of a accent. I reckon he lives in Gloucestershire. I reckon he lives near Cheltenham.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do Scott here. I was in a swimming pool in Norwich, and I kid you not.
That's the joke, isn't it? You were in a swimming pool.
No, I saw him. He was coming out through the showers as I was going in. I was
Really?
fucking good you. I've seen him in real life.
In a swimming pool.
Swimming pool. Couldn't believe it. But I've no idea where he lives. I
How
don't,
recent was that?
I don't think he lives around here. It's about 20 years ago. Yeah.
In Gloucester. No, I think near Gloucester. I'm going to say outskirts of Cheltenham. I don't know. I guess a guess.
All right. Let's go for deceased guy, right?
Okay.
Jeremy Beadle, where did he live?
I'm going to say Surrey. Godalming.
Right,
I
okay.
reckon Godalming.
We'll look this up. We'll look
Or
it up.
High Wycombe in.
No.
Oh, no, I'll go Surrey. Definitely.
Right.
That sounds right. Okay.
Well, that's the whole county there, to be fair.
Okay, Godalming. He lives near Guildford, in that area.
Yeah, well,
Maybe Leatherhead, maybe, but like Godalming. Somewhere close to London, but far enough out.
I'm picking people I've actually seen. He nearly run me over once, and then he had the cheek to gesticulate at me with his little hand. Honestly, that happened. But anyway,
I was gonna say, but on the other hand, things weren't so bad, I guess. Weren't they?
Yeah.
But no, I avoided that one. So I thought, it's not very nice.
we've done it half our time up on number 5. Right, number 4, emptying out fairy liquid bottles. So you had a gun in a water fight.
Yeah, 100%, man. I wouldn't say Fairy Liquid. It was, sort of like Happy Shop, our own brand.
Yeah.
And the good thing about that was because you used to
They were
go through it in
big
half a
one.
week.
Yeah.
You'd easily do that. You could easily, because it was 29p a bottle. You didn't feel like you were wasting so much. Do you know what I mean? Because it wasn't so much money lost. But yeah, we'd do that 100%.
You'd get rid of the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Then,
want-
then you get the pot. Well, you get the kids whose dads used to work away on the rigs or something and come back with loads of money, and he'd buy them a super soaker or the equivalent.
They were 80s and 90s, were they, super soakers?
It was not. It was. They were late 80s.
Those little farty guns with the little sort of plug thing you put in the back, and
Yeah.
the cold water would run down your wrist, like when you like the fat does when you bite into a meat pie in Manchester. Have you had one of them? Bite
Yeah,
into
of
a meat
course.
pie, and the fat runs down your wrist.
Yeah.
That's a sensation to miss. Anyway, well, about what, like, so you've got any,
Fat rolling down your wrist. I'm sure that's not. If you've done it more recently than you think, I would imagine. Do you know what I mean? So, but go on, hurry up.
nothing to do with man fats. This was the fat from a meat pie when you bite into it.
See, you're circling that plug again, Paul. Stop it. All right. Go
Right,
on.
we're going to go number 3. Beer gardens that weren't actually beer gardens, they were just car parks or a bit of wall outside a pub. And people, like, it got a bit sunny, so everybody boozed outside, but there was nowhere to sit. Nobody would bother putting out a picnic table. But in the 80s, that certainly never happened.
No, there was no beer gardens. Is again, I think it's Tony Blair. He introduced them a bit like when the Normans come over and introduced castles in 1066. Tony Blair thought, he thought, we'll get the beer garden sorted out, wasn't it? The first beer garden I ever remember, like, sort of getting really drunk in. They used to have a goat who lived in the pub. So they have like a pub dog. They planted a pub goat in the back garden.
Where the hell was this?
This was in. I'm trying to think where it was.
Pub goat.
Yeah, it's just a goat who lived in the pub. They just stand outside. It was just there. I think it was in Tiverton, in Devon. I think. It must have been like 2021. Yeah. And there's just a goat hanging around. It's like, yeah, this is completely normal.
And if they didn't call it acting, they were missing the trick, weren't they?
Let's say again.
Acting the goat.
Acting the goat. No, very good. I didn't. Yeah. Sorry, you had me then. No, but they had a goat in the back in the beer garden there. I think it was there. I can't remember. I remember that being kind of a thing. And then beer gardens like an 80s thing, wasn't it? People didn't drink outside like that.
Basically car parks, and then the car parks evolved slowly but surely into beer gardens, but they were covered in like glass and blood and snot invariably, and bits of sick, So yeah, beer gardens became a thing. Well, they were supercharged during COVID, weren't they? There was a guy around here who had a massive car park out the back, and he put down AstroTurf, stopped the cars parking on it, and turned it into a beer garden. But he's been boycotted.
Why?
Locals won't go. There was a fight in November 23. I was in Jamaica at the time with the wife getting on honeymoon.
That sounds like an alibi to me. You're trying to sort of say.
It does sound
My
like
lads, I was in. Yeah, go on.
No, but it was a massive fight. I say a massive fight. The landlord and some of the burly geezers fell out with some young lads. Went outside to sort them out. One of the young lads took a punch at one of the burly geezers. He hit his head on the pavement and died. So there's a massive inquest here. And then the inquest came out this week, last week. And the narrative that the landlord of this pub had been sort of pumping out, completely at odds with what was in the inquest. So there's a lot of angry people posting as Facebook pseudonyms. Excuse the dolly bark. I think somebody's coming in the house. As saying, let's ban the King's Head.
Wow.
Yes, it's a real shame. Yeah, and that's a bit of local news if you're Loddon.
So did that guy go to prison? The one who had the fight?
No. He did. The guy did the punch. He was let off because basically it was self-defense. And he was only a young lad. I think about sort of 20 years old. These lads, and they were outside the pub, not causing trouble at this point. I don't know what happened before on the lead up to it, but the 50-year-old drinking guys went out to sort them out, and it all went drastically wrong.
Oh, it's awful.
It is awful. Yeah, very, very sad. Sorry, I was right in the mood. I didn't expect to go there.
No, so yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so go on. What's next then? What's next on the list?
So shirtless lads and dads everywhere.
Oh, lovely. It's like the first. Was it the first swallow of spring, whatever you call it, when you see your first bloke on the bus with a can of dark fruits and a bag of glue that he's sniffing with his top off, going, hey, like that. He's like, oh, it's April. Oh, lovely. Summer's here soon. Do you know what I mean? So
first swallow of the spring.
Yeah, it's first swallow of spring. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in the 70s, it was almost socially acceptable, or at least it was where I lived. I think it probably was. I mean, it was a thing.
It was a thing. Yeah, I was too not conscientious of that. I was too sort of body shaming myself to do that. Whereas walking around with the top off, I was like, no, I don't want to do that. But like, there are some people who just don't care, aren't there?
Yeah.
Or you get those people who are kind of, how can we say this? They're from a family that keep themselves mobile around the country. Do you know what I mean? They kind of they work their way around the countrysides and by roads and thoroughfares of our fair land.
Heavy carb diets.
Sorry.
Heavy carb diets.
Yeah, but they do that, and they still look like Teddy Sheringham. They look like that, absolutely like
not all of them.
No.
I used to manage a retail park in Peterborough, and they used to turn up in the hordes, in the caravans and all of that. And because Peterborough's right in the middle of the country, every time there was a bank holiday, they'd all travel the country and they'd stop off in Peterborough. It's right in the middle, and we had a retail park with a lot of space on it. And I thought I'd try and infiltrate them on social media. I thought they're gonna be talking about. Let's go to. I won't do the accent because they're
I like the way you've turned yourself into sort of
a protected species, not species, a protected what do you call it? Ethnicity, a protected. So
group.
you got to be
Just
careful.
a group.
Yeah. And
Turn into like Ed Snowden. Is it Ed Snowden? Like sort of like it's gone from like you work at a retail park, manager of a retail park.
Let me finish. It makes sense, right? So I joined. I wanted to second guess when they were going to turn up. So I figured there would be groups where they'd talk to each other, and they'd be like, "Well, go to a Peterborough One retail park." They don't know what they're doing. They won't have the bailiffs out for at least 24 hours. You get plenty of time to.
I'm going to guess the literature though, or the literacy wasn't top of the understanding of it. So it'd be like
Didn't find out anything.
of course it
All I got lots of videos of Frank Madonna offering out Mick McSweeney, and I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Yeah,
You know,
I'd watch. I bet you could have become
good lads, fair play, good fight, all of that.
game could become poacher, because if you found about these fights, you could have gone down there and watched them all. It would be quite exciting, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, it would be. And to be fair, with my Irish heritage, I probably could fit in.
Well, you've got a head like an Irishman. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. I mean that in the nicest possible way.
My nana was from Galway. My granddad was from Cork. Yeah,
Start of a song, isn't it?
yeah. Sounds like Ed Sheeran, doesn't it? Yeah, yes. I was going to say something else, then. I forgot what I was going to say. All right. What are we on about? Shirtless lads and no.
Yeah. Traveling community.
That's anyway. Shirtless lads and dads, got that. But we're going to come on to something weird that happened at gigs very soon.
Okay.
Number one, and I always thought this was a weird memory because I don't think it was enjoyable. And I've put trying to eat a jubbly. Do you remember what a jubbly is?
Yes, I do know what a jubbly is. Yeah.
It was like a funny shaped triangular thing. What do you call it? What's that shape? It's like a triangle, but like a triangle cube, but a cube triangle. Like a prism. It's like
more or less, yeah.
And you had to open it, and then you had to use the cardboard that it came in to hold it in, but the silly thing would keep popping out.
Yeah.
And there was no way to get any proper purchase on it. And then you'd suck the juice out of it, and you're just left with this ice block. I mean, it was wholly unpleasant. When it wasn't torturous or anything, but it just wasn't nice.
No, I kind of avoid them. We went for we were the family who was like, I could never, the cliche about, when they play the music, it means it's run out of ice creams, that kind of family. So we had the chuck ices or mousses or from ice, or it would have been bee jams then in the freezer. And if we couldn't afford that, I just put my hand underneath the ice box at the top and pull off the frost of ice and eat the ice like raw. And sometimes you get the odd like stray pea or sweet corn in there from the frozen vegetables. So you'd have that as well. That was seen as a bit of a treat. You go, oh, look at me. I wouldn't say I was poor, but that was what we used to do. So that was my kind of like, that was my equivalent to the jubbly or the rocket or a screwball, was it finding an odd bit of sweet corn or pea in a handful of frosted ice from what would it have been, like a Zanussi or something, or not even that probably. And I think our fridge was on hire from Rumbelows. I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh, wow. I remember this fridge. It was sort of like slightly curved, like the front of it. I don't know what make it was. And you opened it. Oh, it always had the same musty stink to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Musty.
What colour was it? Was it like that yellowy brown? And
yeah.
I don't think ours initially was yellowy brown, but it became very yellowy brown.
Like that, like a Bakelite radio, but on a fridge.
Yeah,
we had one of them.
Yeah,
when I was a kid, I was funnily enough, I was only telling the wife about this yesterday. I was about 5 or 6 years old, and I worked out that if you put water in the fridge, it'll turn to ice. And this actually fascinated me for a little while, right? So I put a cup in to see if it would freeze.
You're a simple child, aren't you?
Just because it did. Yeah, I was, yeah. But I wanted to get it out. So I pulled out this fork. It had 2 prongs on, about that long. And I think that's about 6 inches or something.
That's about 6 inches, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, 2 prongs, about that long. And I went to stab it out of the cup. And I put a fork right through my thumb, my little thumb, right through my finger, and then halfway through that one. And I had to go to A&E. Woke my mother up with look, Mum, look, help. And she's like, oh my God. I just pulled it out in front of her.
Sorry?
Oh,
well, yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Let's just clarify. Some people are listening and can't see what you're sort of portraying there.
Yeah.
I mean, so
it's not much of an anecdote, but it actually happened. Yeah. So that's trying to eat a jubbly at number 1. Do you want to? Should we move on to weirdest things to happen?
The gigs. We've got. We could do the. Have we spoken about the one that you ran in Galston where?
We have.
Yeah, because that's one. I mean, there's loads of it. And one. Do you want us to open, and I can tell you I've got a couple.
The listeners will know about the famous gig in the where was it in Galston?
The travelling community were involved in that as well, weren't they? It was them who was fighting, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was.
I think it was.
Like the OK Corral. The what's it called? The Bush. I forget what it was called. It's like a working man's club. And,
Yeah.
100 people in to watch an open mic thing, which was like, probably not the greatest thing for them to be introduced to comedy. It wasn't too bad. Some of the acts that were on there still going all right. Yourself amongst them.
Who else was there?
Chris Norton Walker. Remember Chris Norton Walker?
Yeah, I know Chris. Yeah.
John Murphy was there. I don't know if Justin was there. I don't think he was.
I don't think he was. It was that Stuart who was poorly and he's got himself back on the mend. Stuart. Did I say Revel or something? Stu?
Yeah. God, I can't remember.
He was there. Really nice guy, actually.
But anyway, people are mentioning acts. A lot of people won't know. Some will.
So.
There's a lot of comedy listeners listen to this. But yes, it kicked off there. But go on. I've probably got another couple, but you go because you've been thinking about this.
Right. So yeah, the one more recently was up in the valleys in Wales, and it was for a rugby club, and probably guess where it's going, but one guy's. He says he stands up halfway through one of the acts, just goes, says something, goes, "It's 10 o'clock." I'm like going, what's he talking about? Just stands there, just pulls his trousers down, gets naked, walks around the table, and he just walks out bollock naked. And he said apparently every night he does this. If he's had enough to drink, it doesn't matter where he is, any venue, anything at all. If he's at home, anything, he goes 10 o'clock. Just gets up and walks out naked with his absolutely starkers, like trousers around his ankles, just walks about. That's what he does. And it was kind of like he was kind of heckling a little bit, and I was emceeing it, so it was kind of heckling, but not really. There's nothing you wouldn't have thought, oh, this guy's about to get his how do you say, John Thomas in the wailing around in the room. You wouldn't have thought that, but he basically just did it. And his wife, who sat there, and you expect her to go, "Oh my goodness," like clutching her pearls. "I can't believe it. Andrew, what have you done? You're absolutely disgusting." She was just like, "Yeah, standard. It's 10 o'clock, isn't it?" So that's what he does.
That's what he does.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't know if I can beat that.
no, he's got this one. I've read loads of stuff, man. You've got like people who've. I think I did the charity one where we were in Chelmsford, like doing a 72-hour comedy night, trying to break the world record. And on the front row, I was asking them what's the most, because it was such a long. They had to do a continual comedy show for 78 hours, or something, to beat the world record of the longest ever comedy show.
I remember.
Do you remember that happening?
I remember it on social media.
Yeah.
Let me turn the light on whilst. Can you fill the time whilst I turn
Yeah,
the
of
light?
course. So of course, go for it. And then, while I leave, Paul can't hear me now. But yeah, I could say some rude things about it. No. So yeah, so to tell the listeners, I'm talking to these people, and there's one lad in the front row, and he turns around and said, "Oh my So what's the most unusual thing that happened to you recently?" And he said, "I was on Jeremy Kyle." This is what this lad said on the front row of the audience, Paul.
Yes.
I was on Jeremy Kyle. And I was like, "Oh, okay." So what happened? He said, "What?" I said, were you in the audience? Because I've been in the audience of Trisha and Vanessa back in the day when we were at college. They just get people in from our local college to go in to be in the audience. The studios were nearby. And we said, "Oh, no." He said, "No, I was actually at person participating." So what happened? He said, "Well, I went on and I've got a twin brother." And I was like, "Okay." So he went on there, and his girlfriend had brought them on and said, "Look, I've got something to tell you. Your baby you're bringing up for the last 4 years isn't your baby." And it was like, duh, duh, duh. Jeremy Carl's going, "Oh my goodness, whose is it?" He goes, "Well," and then they go, "It's this guy here." And then the other guy comes on, and it's his twin brother, she said is the boyfriend, and the mother, or the father of this child. Anyway, they all sit there arguing. The bouncers come on, separate them all up. The girl sits there and goes, "I'm sorry, but I just don't love you." He's like, "I bring up this baby as my own, it's my brother's." And they go, blah, blah. He goes, "Well, actually, we've done a DNA test, and because you're brothers, the DNA test has to be more expensive. And it turns out neither of you are the father to this child."
This was at a comedy gig.
Yeah, we talked about this at a comedy. This was the lads in the front row. This is like 4 a.m. We're trying to keep everyone awake.
Yeah, the Chelmsford.
All right. And everyone's, because it's like the rules were you had to have 2 audience members paying attention, not asleep, and an act performing. And there was a bit there, but it was at 4 a.m. So anyone got an interesting story to keep everyone awake. And we had like 5 people in the audience. And then this lad goes, "Yeah, but it wasn't my brother." And it turns out, she goes, "Oh yeah, I was also seeing another bloke." And the other bloke comes on, there's a third bloke on it. Apparently it's like one of the most famous ones on the whole thing. And this lad was sat there in the front row telling us all about it. And it was like, but because we'd been awake doing this comedy show for 2 days, it was kind of like I was a bit kind of like wired and hysterical and coffeeed up, and
Yeah.
Probably beer in as well and stuff. It was all over the place. So that was quite a weird thing. But what's the weird things you're thinking about?
I have been. I didn't prepare this, but when you were talking about the naked guy, I have seen something similar. In the 90s, I was at the Aztec in Crystal Palace, which was quite a famous club on the circuit.
I've heard of it. I never obviously.
A lot of the older, more seasoned acts have done it. That's the first time I saw Paul Tomkinson there, and Harry Hill actually. And it was a decent night out on a Sunday, and he'd go up and get pitchers of beer and get hammered, and people used to get properly hammered. Anyway, after the gig had finished, people were sort of milling around. The light was still on the stage, and a girl got on the stage, stood at the microphone, and they just shouted something, and basically pulled down her pants and just showed everybody her wares. Yeah, I was like, crikey, no little sort of blonde Brazilian going on, and I'm like,
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, well, it wasn't bad, but it was just shocking to see. I was like, what am I seeing here? What's going on?
How old were you?
I'd have been early 20s, I think. Yeah.
So you were quite. This is quite decadent London, coming from the dreary north.
This had been mid 90s. I was living in South London at the time. I had a year in Camden, then I moved down to Penge, and then Sydenham. Anyway, you don't need to know where I live.
SE26.
I know you like to know where people live.
I know. Have we found out for the end of the pod where Duncan Goodhue lives?
I'm not researching it. This is for people to have a bit of fun and look on their phones. I'm going and search it up.
No, you keep talking. We said the outer. Well, so Cotswoldsy basically. I thought sort of like outside of Chelmsford. That sort of because he's got an accent, isn't he? He's got like a kind of. I think he's got like a kind of that weird West Country Shropshire. Not Duncan. Duncan.
Goodhue.
Ferguson. No, yeah.
You just need to type in where does Duncan Goodhue live.
I know, but it was coming up with suggestions. You can tell about my algorithm because it said where does Duncan Ferguson live. You can see, obviously.
Oh, I see. Right. I don't think the internet tells you these things because stalkers like you.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Oh no, he lives in the island of Anderney, which is one of the ones in Channel Islands. I don't know if he swam there or not.
What, Anglesey?
No, Alderney.
Oh, Alderney.
Yeah.
Alderney.
Yeah, he lives there.
Looks like Craggy Island.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you think he swims there every day from the mainland?
You'd like to think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think so. From London, he has residence in London and Alderney, sorry, and then but he's from West Sussex.
Yeah, right. What did you say?
I said miles away. I said,
right, Jeremy Beadle, where did he live? Let me type it down.
You type it. You can do it quicker than me.
Your ADHD brain. Where?
Excuse me, undiagnosed. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, you don't need diagnosing. Where did Jeremy Beadle
Dare you
live? There we go.
All right, Godalming, Guildford, that area.
Barnet. He resides.
Bollocks. Sorry. Oh.
Hamlet Way, Barnet, Greater London. So yeah, he lived in Highgate. He lived in Highgate, North London, for a number of years, notably during the height of his television career in the 90s.
EN3 and N.
Yeah, so there you go.
N10 and
who else did we say?
I can't remember. I think I might have got that one though.
You didn't know. I can't remember. Who was the first person? Was it a footballer? No, it wasn't. Was it?
We could. I reckon. Well, let's because we've been very. I think do try one more for the audience to find. Lisa Stansfield. There you go.
Oh, I know this anyway.
Is it?
Without looking, is it Bolton or Rochdale?
It's Rochdale, isn't it? I think that's where she's from. I don't think she lives anymore.
Well, she probably lives in the farm somewhere, doesn't she? Where? Right. Okay.
This is the real pod.
Where does Lisa Stan?
I mean, she's been around the world, so she can stay where she likes, can't she? You know what I mean, so
didn't she move in with Prince once at Paisley Park for a bit?
I don't know.
And she
But she's
did.
been around the world, hasn't she? Come on, mate.
Rochdale, go to Manchester.
She still live there.
Primarily lives there.
I think she's been all around the world, right? And then she moves back to Rochdale.
She did live in Dublin for a bit. It's hardly all around the world, is it? You know what I mean?
No, but the song.
Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. All right. We've got 18 seconds left of this.
I think we've done well.
We've done proper well. I don't know if that's going to record the actual picture, but if it does, you can go onto Patreon at patreon.com/Spangles1970, and then you can find us having the time of our lives. There we go. Look, it's going off.
It's gone to telling us off, yeah.
Love the discipline. Isn't that good?
I know. That's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's nice.
It really did help us, that, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, I mean, it's undiagnosed. That does help having somebody sort of telling me where I should and shouldn't be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think I'm far off. I'm just not as outward, like mentally. I've got enough things going on. I just sit there going like, I'm thinking 20 things when I only need to be thinking one. You know what I mean?
Don't. It's horrible. It's horrible.
But I'm quite disciplined in what I actually say. I had a stutter as a kid, and I think that's why.
I did as well.
Did you? That's probably the same.
A little bit.
About 20 odd thoughts, and then you only. I'll tell you what. Should we have this personal chat on the Patreon and say goodbye to everyone here?
Yes.
Let's do that. Right, hang on.
Do it.
Tell you what, I'll call you back on here because I don't know how it's going to work.
Okay.
Let's play some going out music.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, listeners.
Bye, listeners.
Thanks, listeners. I've just remembered I can. Oh, right. Hello, Patreons. The Patreons get the extended thing on the video anyway. I'll just keep the video going. I don't know if it's actually recording the video as a video file or it's just going to give us a bloody list of the gobshitery that we pervade.
Let's see. I mean, I think it'd be nice to have a video file for your what the kids call the socials and stuff, isn't it? You can just do snippety bits, can't you? That's what everyone else is doing, isn't it? So we might as well.
Oh, hang on. I've done another.
If you give us a minute.
That's not good, is it? I'm going to stop that. Right. Pause. Oh, right. It's going up. It's going up.
That'll do.
I'll do, yeah. There we go. That's way probably more than I want to do.
100%.
But I'm going to take the dog for a walk.
I'm going to watch Dear England.
What's Dear England?
It's that thing that the Gareth Southgate kind of sort of like bio story. You know, like in the 80s, you would have had An Evening with Gary Lineker, the play that was made into a film or TV show.
Oh, Arthur Smith wrote it.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, can I just say, now we're on the Patreon, come to your bollock shit, cunt.
Wanky McFucknuts. Yes, we can. Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're on the Patreon. Yeah, twatty, cum face. There we go. That's what we've been waiting to say, that, haven't we? Fuck nuts. No, we've got Arthur Smith wrote, didn't he? So but this is England. Dear England is kind of like it's the bit where you've got it's just after Sam Allardyce got the sack from England and Gareth Southgate. And Joseph Fiennes does a very good impression.
Documentary.
No. It's a dramatisation. It was a very, very well received play at the National, but it was very good. Apparently, I never went to see it. I had a chance.
Can I just stop you there from being a massive ponce?
What?
It's a very well received play at the National. I mean, who do you think our listeners are? Fuck's sake. You know what I mean?
All right, mate. All right. Fuck you then. All right. Bollocks. All right. These fucking
Sam Allardyce. That would be where we're at.
Yeah, exactly. All right, a pint of wine and a fucking Sam Allardyce, yeah, who's basically Mike Bassett, wasn't he? Let's be honest.
In a parallel universe, Sam Allardyce didn't get rumbled by the sun, And what happened next if he didn't?
What do you reckon? He would have. Wayne Rooney would have stayed with the England team, wouldn't he? What do you reckon would have happened?
So he'd have got caught for something, wouldn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Somebody would have left a microphone on somewhere, and he'd have slagged off Marseille Desailly.
Yeah, he would have done it. I think every single, apart from maybe Max Rushton and Barry Glendenning, who are two kind of the sort of, and maybe Charlie Baker, but everyone on TalkSport as presenter or as a contributor is one secret recording away from being called out as being a racist or.
You see, what's his face?
Which one?
Alan Brazil.
No, yeah, I know he's lost loads of weight. He's really ill, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, that's it. He disappeared off air for ages, no explanation. And then all of a sudden he's done a little video, lost a load of weight. He said, it was really close. But he did look fucking shocking, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked like a potato, like a big red potato.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so this Dear England, so it's supposed to be like a kind of like a dramatization of but it's not real as in, like they never really get it right, do they? Those sorts of things. Like I said, they can never recreate football on television or film. It always looks forced.
Well received at the National, though.
Sorry?
It was well received at the National.
It was well received at the National, yeah. And they went on tour, and it was in one of the better sort of southwest. What's the one in Wimbledon? A big theatre there.
The Wimbledon Fair, right? Tell me, before we jumped on the pod, we both let it be known that we were young stutterers.
Yeah.
So, what made you stutter, and how did you stop?
I don't know. I think it was probably I didn't learn to talk till I was 5, apparently, which obviously I'm making up for that for lost time, if you can believe it. And then I had speech therapy when up till about 8 or 9, and then I went to the schooling system was slightly different in the south. It might be similar to you, I don't know. By the time you had infants, junior, middle, then high school, and they sort of done it.
Therapy too.
Yeah, so I had that, and I just had like basically to stop it really. But it was like very very occasionally I'll have it. It'll just something will just pop up, and it'll just be 1 or 2 times. Just like, and it'll be like once every 6 months. It's a weird place.
Me too. Yeah.
It's just really bizarre. It will just come from nowhere, and I'll be like, and it'll be like in a normal situation, not even on stage. Like it'll be maybe in a, I don't know, like I'll be talking to somebody in a normal calm situation, and suddenly just go, ooh, like that. I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's very, very occasionally. Maybe like I say,
if I'm tired as well, like the cognitive load doesn't get carried as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Or if I'm panicky and I have to say something quickly, I don't know. If I've got to relay a complicated issue, it'll take me a while to order the thoughts. Like all the thoughts will come out at the same time.
Is it like you're going like I'll have Bargis, onion, pilar, madras. Have you got any sagaloo? Is it you can say that in the right order without stuttering, can't you? I can imagine.
Except last time I went to a curry house with the missus, I got a bit drunk and told off by her for insisting one of the side dishes was called Aloo Akbar.
No, I don't think. Did you? What did Bangladeshi? What did your Bangladeshi friends who were serving you say after they pissed in your food and told you to fuck off?
Yeah, the missus got keep quiet, they can hear you. So I don't think it's funny. You want some Aloo Akbar?
Oh my God! You can take the man from fucking Manchester. Yeah, oi, Pedro, or fucking Abdul, whatever your name is. Listen to this one. But never heard this one before. What do you mean? Do you like my Union Jack waistcoat? It's nice, isn't it? Anyway, here's one for you.
I'm always very respectful. Apart from that time, I just thought it was funny because it does sound like a side dish.
What was it called? What's its real name?
Well, it depends. I mean, you could say sagaloo.
It doesn't sound anything like Ali Akbar, does it?
Yeah, it does. If you say Aloo Akbar, got an aloo in it.
It's aluminium, but it's not saying that's the same.
There's a curry house in Manchester called Akbar's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but where's that?
Liverpool Street near the museum.
Okay. What's your favourite? What's your go-to dish in the curry?
Lamb jalfrezi.
Lamb jalfrezi.
Yeah, without doubt. I compare curry houses by their lamb jalfrezis, and specifically lamb, not lamb tikka, lamb.
What's the difference?
Lamb tikka is sort of like it doesn't soak in. They're not soaked it in the juice. It's got like a seal.
You mean marinated it? You mean
it's got a seal around it.
they fucking soaked it in juice? Ooh, that sounds a bit like you're a serial killer. I'm going to soak you in the juice. Ooh. But yeah, so you say they've got to marinate it properly overnight. You would say.
I don't. Yeah.
I mean,
if it's like
it's the worst curry house you've ever been to. Like, even the worst curry house is a 5 out of 10, isn't it?
well, it's like the worst wank you've ever had. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You've still got. Didn't you?
I heard an expression the other day that made me laugh about masturbation, and they call it putting a show on for the ghosts. So like, someone said to me, oh, I can't remember where I was. And someone said, oh yeah, putting a show on for the ghosts, because you imagine that you're on your own there, and suddenly from nowhere, the ghosts are watching you. Go, look at it, there he is, there he is again.
Funnily enough, when I was brought up as a Catholic, I had a spell when I was about 13, which coincided with me finding out what happened downstairs.
And you get a fidgy tummy watching Linda Lusardi in the paper, or
yeah. Well,
or Fanny Craddock doing his cooking shows.
I found out what happened if you touched it too quickly and regularly, right? You started spaffing, didn't you? But at the same time, I found myself being a bit confused over religion and thinking, God could be a thing. And I actually used to have this thought he could see me if I knocked one out, and that put me off a bit, but obviously not too much, because
oh, I mean,
record.
God is a lot of things, but to stand in the way of a hormonal 13-year-old boy and wanking, I don't think he's got those powers. Do you know what I mean?
That's right, yeah. Absolutely not.
Look, as God, I can pretty much create and destroy anything that's ever existed. But unfortunately, when it comes to a 13-year-old boy and a picture of Sam Fox, I'm out. I've got no idea, mate. I'm so sorry.
Probably wouldn't have been my go-to. I
No?
was thinking about this the other day. Well, at the age of 13, I might have liked it, and it would have been legitimate because she was the same age, right? And that would have been
this is
yeah,
still...
I know. But if I was 13, like, it was all right at the time, right?
Yeah.
What's the name? The French girl, Joe Le Taxi.
Monsieur Paradis.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was 15, I think.
Yeah, so if I was
she was older than you.
If I was the same, I think we're about the same age. So maybe I remember thinking, oh, same age as me. And she was definitely in my bank, and it was legit.
Okay, that's fine.
And
My lads.
She's below age. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not retrospectively, I've got to say.
No, I was, although retrospectively now, as her now, it would be fine, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Because she's your age. No, I was very much in the, I think I was Tiffany. But I think
weird one, nice. She looked like fucking Wincy Willis.
And I'm about to say Wincy Willis. What's wrong with that?
Or early Carol Vorderman before she started.
Or the work done.
Yeah, before she started getting all the bits out.
Or all the work done, and she ended up hating the right wing press. No, I was, and then was obviously Cheryl Baker. She.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, Bucks Fizz, all the Bucks Fizz.
Yeah, but, even and Bobby G, especially. No, it was that, and then you had then you get into realms of like Charlene in a border outfit or in overalls when she's working in the garage.
We have been here before.
Maxine from even a bit of Bette Lynch. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think I ever went there.
Did you know?
No, it's too much.
Pat St. Clements.
Pat Butcher. No, I don't think there's anybody been on EastEnders that I'd have properly slammed into. I don't think there was.
I don't know. There must have been somebody.
Actually, early Cat Slater. Before she started having work done, early Cat Slater. Had a
Yeah. Kat Slater. She's and also she's kind of drunk quite often in real life, so you'd probably
yeah.
get up to all sorts.
Oh, I tell you what, Janine.
Did you like Janine? Did you?
I used to like Janine. She used to go in the same pub as me in Chiswick.
What did she?
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
nice.
I should have tried, but I was otherwise engaged. But yeah, but she had a nice smile. She always used to give me a bit of a nice smile. I go, hello.
So were you drinking in there, working in there? What were you doing?
Drinking in there.
Okay. What was the pub called?
Used to be in there on her own, weirdly. I can't fucking remember. Used to go in there after work. I used to work at a British Safety Council in the middle of Chiswick, and then we'd end up in a boozer around the corner. And yeah, I remember seeing her.
Oh, that's nice.
But I thought she was like, I tell you who my guilty pleasure in the bank would have been, right? And
Go on.
and sadly she's no longer with us. But
Is it Queen Elizabeth?
no, Jade Goody.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I'd probably have a crack.
You
at-
see,
I-
you like
Who's your favourite dead wank? I'm calling Jade Goody.
favorite dead. I'd probably go a classic. Like kind of, like those Victorian ladies you get. When you sort of have the spinny things. They used to call what they call the where you spin around and you look at a woman, show you a bit of.
What about Tara Palmer Tonkinson?
Yeah, she was all right, but she was mad, wasn't she?
Yeah. But she's been
Tara
all right.
Palmer. She was like a 90s it girl, wasn't she, basically?
Yeah, she was. Yeah. She seemed nice enough. She was on one of those reality things like the Jungle or whatever.
Didn't she died? Was it drug abuse in the end, or did she overdose or something?
I don't know. I think she just got poorly, genuinely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, my dead ones. I think I'd probably go for your classics. You kind of like the Queen of Our Hearts, Princess Di. Do you know what I mean?
She was nicer looking. At the time, I thought she had a bit of a man head, but now, when I look back, she did have a bit of a man
Now I
head.
look back, I quite like a mayonnaise. That's what I've got to say. I mean,
When I was older, I look back and go, actually, she's quite cute. Yeah.
of course she was. She's
And
Princess
that,
Diana. What's that?
Yeah, but at the time, because I was young, I was probably 10 years younger than her, and yeah, she was just out because you're fussy when you're younger, aren't you? And like, do you know what I mean? You are fussy. When you're younger, there's only a certain age group. When you get to a certain age, you'd have almost anything.
No. I'd have to disagree with that. I think it'd get to a point where, like the age. Being age appropriate, like when you hear these stories about like, actors who go out with 25-year-olds in their 50s, I couldn't do anything worse.
That's true. Yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Al Pacino having a baby at 83.
That weird, the one on the Chili Peppers, like he's 62 or something, and he's
Anthony Kiedis, and he's going to have like a 21-year-old or something, isn't he? I couldn't do anything worse.
Yeah, I know you are right. I think that would be fucking odd.
Well, not because of any. I mean,
I've got a daughter and a stepdaughter, say like 23, something like that. I couldn't, couldn't imagine it. It would just.
you'd just feel really weird, wouldn't you? Just feel really like inadequate, awkward. And when you start bringing up we start talking about things that we talk about, not the discussion stuff, like just like cultural references. And if you say to her, she said, oh yeah, there was that time on Top of the Pops when Alison Chains was on with Sunita, and it was a fantastic episode. And they look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about, you silly old bastard? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sunita. Who the fuck is Sunita?
I've seen Top of the Pops on TikTok or something.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Exactly. No. I mean, it's even bad enough now when I watch old reruns of Top of the Pops with people who are similar age to me, can't remember it or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's just, I think it's madness. But there we go. Right, so are we calling it quits?
Let's we haven't counted the clock down, but we did pause it. We're gonna call it quits. We're gonna try and give the patrons a video. Did you think to record your end?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah, it should be on there. Yeah.
All right, send it us if you can. I meant to say to you beforehand. Try and record it as an MP3 because I have to find a file changing website and change it to MP3 from MP4. MP4 is normally selected for videos, not audios.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right.
But send it us anyway. I'll try and convert it.
Nice one. I think it's fine. I think it's MP3, but I'll have to check it. All right. Cool. Nice one, man.
Nice to see you, man. Thanks for taking the trouble to come on.
Lovely. No, it's an absolute honour. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed that. Nice to see you. Genuinely.
You too, man. Thanks, man.
Bye.
All right.
That's the
Bye.
bathroom for an hour.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye. I pressed the thing. I didn't even do any. Oh, it's what?
Nothing. Just waiting for you. You done? All good?
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to turn this off because the patron's going to get this bit.
Are they?
Yeah.
You see behind the curtain.
I'm not going to edit the fucking video.
Fuck 'em. All right. Should we go properly?
Yeah.
I'll
Let's
see you later.
You can come back on and have a chat if you want.
No, it's fine. It's all right. I've got to pack and shit, do stuff for work anyway. So,
All right.
all right. I'll take care, man.
Lovely to see you.
You
Take
too,
care.
mate. You take care. All the best.
Bye bye. Got to stop recording. All right. If you did actually watch this, well done. And I'm going to stop now.